Do your rooms function the way you want? I thought this was a show about decorating. Function drives how your rooms look. Let's talk about it. I'm Doug Walker, and this is Roominess. Today we're going to talk about how your spaces function. If you have questions or thoughts you'd like to share about organization or space functionality, leave me a comment below. And to get more interior decor advice from my channel, hit the subscribe button. What does space functionality even mean? And what does it have to do with decor? It means that your space, and the placement of things within it, help you easily perform the activities that you want to do in the space, and easily clean up afterwards. Is this really about decor? In my book, absolutely. A space that functions well is infinitely easier to keep clean. And when your space is clean, you can see what parts of the decor need help. And plus, in a clean space, you can enjoy your decor that much more. For any space that I'm working on, function is the first thing that I think about, and organization is at the heart of functionality. Forget it! Too much work! What's on Property Brothers? Oh good, fabric swatches. Yes, getting organized takes work, sometimes a lot of work, depending on where you're starting from. If your situation is dire, I'm going to recommend a book to you. Oh good, story time! My relationship with my stuff changed dramatically after I read Organizing from the Inside Out by Julia Morgenstern. If you have serious organizational challenges, I highly recommend it. Ms. Morgenstern talks through all the reasons you might have organizational troubles, including the psychological, physical space issues, and outside factors, like a significant other. But for the basics of a functional space, here's what you really need to know. For any given activity that you perform in your space, you need to store the things that you use for that activity as close as you can to the place that you perform that activity. Like many things we learn, this is obvious when you think about it. You don't store your cookware in the living room and your food in the bedroom. You need both of these things to cook with, and you put them in the kitchen. Say you decide you want to use your spare bedroom as a library, but you really like to read by a window in the living room. You're nearly guaranteed to have a pile of books by your chair in the living room that are supposed to go back to the library. I find it a lot easier to think in terms of activities, and the things that I need for those activities, rather than to think in terms of stuff, and where do I store it. But ultimately, we're looking for a place where everything in your life gets stored. If you don't have a specific location for every item that comes into your home, then it will just sit in the last place that you put it. And a house full of randomly placed items is not good for decor. For instance, entertainment rooms can be used for a variety of activities: watching TV, having conversations, listening to music, eating snacks, or eating full meals. And whether you call it a living room, dining room, game room, or great room, you have to think about how you and your guests are going to use it. If you hand your guests a drink and an appetizer, do they have a place to park them when they sit down? Do you need a place to store coasters? Are you controlling a media center with your remotes? You might want a place to stow them. Are you a formal entertainer? You may need storage for china, napkins, candles, and matches near to your table. On the other hand, maybe you want to play board games in your dining room. In that case, you need a place to store your games, preferably with short or adjustable shelves so that the games are easy to retrieve and put away. You can also think about space for notepads and pencils, and decks of cards and sets of dice. Do you want to have indirect or mood lighting to help make your entertaining more special? Then you need to find some place for that to happen. These are all important considerations in order for your entertainment rooms to function easily for you. Kitchens typically have built-in storage options. In order to set up a functional kitchen, you need to get specific. Are your hot pads near to the stove so you can reach them easily? Do you store your dishes next to your dishwasher so that you can turn and put them away easily? In your bedroom, you may need storage for extra blankets and sheets, and you may need a nightstand to hold books and reading lamps. And anything else that comes to mind. You're doing work in your home office. You need a place to store your computer and its paraphernalia, a place for important papers, and maybe a bookcase. Here's a tip when creating new storage in any of your rooms, whether it's bookcases, bins, or baskets. Make sure that they're big enough to fit the things that you need to store into them. Make sure that you enjoy looking at them, and make sure that they fit into your decor. You're many times more likely to use storage that's attractive to look at, rather than merely functional. Even making attractive labels for plastic bins that go inside your closet can make them more fun to use. A side benefit of focusing on functionality is avoiding a common pitfall: having rooms that are beautiful, but you never use them. The common culprits are formal living rooms and dining rooms. Designating activities to your spaces and locating your storage next to your most common activities helps your space work with you rather than against you. It is well worth your time to set up your rooms with functionality in mind. It will help you stay more organized and minimize your cleanup time. Can we get back to Property Brothers now and the fabric swatches? If you'd like to hear more about interior decor, hit the subscribe button. Leave me your questions in the comments below. If you'd like to get on my email list, visit RoominessTV.com. Thanks for watching.